An excellent historical fiction story, from the ballrooms of Imperial Vienna to the frozen forests of the Eastern Front. The Winter Soldier is a story of war and medicine, of finding love when one least expects it, a story of mistakes we make and how we try to atone for them. If I asked you, what does war takes away? It does not only takes away a person's life or a person's home or limbs to walk on, it also takes a person's will to carry on, a person's will to live. And this is the perfect introduction I could give of a war. And the book which we are going to talk about is based on World War One. World War One happened back in 1914, I guess, and I have not yet read any books which are based on World War One. I have come across a few stories which are based in World War Two, but then that's pretty far away from World War One. So I have not actually read any such story. But then I dropped on to this book, The Winter Soldier. It was gifted. It was a gifted book on my birthday, and this book is very interesting. That's exactly that's exactly what we are going to discuss in this video. So stay tuned, and I hope I would be able to motivate you to check this book out. The Winter Soldier by Daniel Mason. This book actually is actually set in the plot of World War One, but the interesting fact is it is not set in a battlefield. Actually, it is set in a field hospital in Lemmenweiss, and it's a story about a 22-year-old young boy, a young man who has just become a doctor. He's very inexperienced, and he's then sent to. He gets a posting in a place called Lemmenweiss, and there's a state hospital where he is supposed to treat patients, treat prisoners of war, treat people who are injured, and mostly treat soldiers who are injured. Lucius treats patients who have to get their amputations done, people who are suffering from PTSD. All those kinds of diseases are being treated by Lucius in this book, and it's very interesting as it takes a lot of turns and a lot of twists. There's an involvement of nurse which comes in, and then there's a lot of romance. There's this deep romance. There's war and several plots going through each other, interconnected with each other, and then there's also the Winter Soldier who comes into play, and there's a massive plot twist in between. I'll definitely tell you one more thing, that the style of writing the story is difficult to comprehend if you read it, like if you're reading it for fun. If you'll actually have to invest a lot of time, a lot of energy, and have a lot of patience while reading this book, because the writing style is pretty difficult and difficult to comprehend at once. You'll have to read it again and again, and there would be some paragraphs which you might actually skip because it's none of your use. It's totally fine. I did that too. And this book, I would also point out that is quite slow. This book is quite slow in the beginning, 25-30 pages. It's quite slow, but then the plot gradually builds up, and the ending is very interesting. So yeah, do check this book out. There's also another book by the same author, Daniel Mason, who is a psychiatrist and a physician. And there was this book by him, The Piano Tuner. I have heard that it's a very good book. It was a bestseller by this author, but I have not yet read it, and I think it's not available for delivery in India. I think we can read the digital copy. I will link it in the description box below. If you found this video interesting and I helped you or motivated you at least to get some information about this book, do check this book out. I'll link it in the description box below. And that's it for the video, and we'll meet next Sunday with hopefully next Sunday with a new book review. Till then, bye bye.